Hey guys, how's it going? Rash here, and welcome back to episode of Cards and Castles TV commentary, where of course we've got some good matches lined up for you today. However, I want to take some time to just address some things. Obviously, yesterday was Monday, and no faction warfare went out. The second dose of the vaccine hit me pretty hard, and we weren't actually able to get around to recording any footage for the faction warfare this week. So we decided to hold it off till next week here while we sort out what we needed to do here. And I'm feeling much better, so hopefully we can get to that fairly soon. So expect the faction warfare returning next week. That's going to be it, though, at least for this opening bit here, and just in case some of you were curious on that note. But without further ado, let's go ahead. We've got matches to get to, so let's go ahead and jump right into our first matchup, match number 1. All right, folks, first match we've got lined up today is going to be a Kruux taking on Fables, a little bit of Warlock Ninja. Taking on Ninja Druid here. Hopefully, maybe we can see some good things out of the Ninja Druid, but of course, only one way to find out. Let's jump into it as we've got our first matchup here. Can't really tell a whole lot, though, from the opening, with Fables' hand anyway, from what he's running. I mean, Sniper is an interesting choice. Shifting technique, V-Strike, Centaur, maybe some Centaur or companion shenanigans here alongside Manicore. But I'm seeing the Dojo, seeing the Masuda from Kruux here. The classical Awakening strategy here, it looks like, from our pal over on the other side here. Fable starting off with a Manicore. Seems fine. Seems all good and well. We'll see if... Okay, Kruux is going to respond with the turn 3 Dancing Swords, of course, cheapened by the Masuda. Keeping things back so we can get his draw advantage going here, his draw engine. Keeping Masuda in the back as well probably tells me that he's got some kind of reawakening tool. Maybe like a Saurus or a Right. But we'll see a second Swords come down now. That's never a good sign. Gonna respond with the dual Sniper action here, though, with from Fables. We'll see. I mean, Sniper is really hard to figure out what he does here. They are squishy, and just like that, and one being taken up by a blue fireball here, they really can't stick around. He's become sort of like this prime target for removal. And I mean, Awaken definitely has a couple of those up their sleeve here. Moving up the Sniper, okay, I mean, we do have the Manicore to protect the Sniper, although running it into a Miner doesn't really feel too good. Fear, Blue Fire. Okay, so you are going to chip that away anyway. That is certainly a shame here. We do have the turn 7 Swordsman, though, which is going to be good here. That's going to come into play. Removing the sword, the Miner and the swords here, while also keeping the Swordsman untouched. Have to be the Dancing Swords for removal. Yep, there it is. Although Headwood moving in now, plus another Dojo here, so we're really going to start getting the advantage going here, or at least the Awakening engine online. Fables really has no way to reach that without something like, you know... I mean, he has Companion Centaur, but again, he needed a body to facilitate that. And just under, 1 gold to get the Karasume Centaur Vanishing Strike combo out here. Panda hitting the board, returning the Swordsman. That's an interesting call, but okay, sure. We do have the Masuda out as well. So again, continuing the flow of resources, the game that Awaken is very good at once it kind of gets going. That's going to certainly be a problem here. That is going to lead to the Panda getting taken out, though, by the Centaur to facilitate some, cutting him off of the bounces from there, I should say. Blue Fire, part 3 for Karasume now. Never a good sign here. That can lead to an Apprentice coming out now. Swiftness on, okay, the Apprentice. Sure, again, continuing to cycle resource here. Continuing to get that draw flow going with the dual Dojo. Pretty strong here at this point. It feels like Kruux is pretty unstoppable in this game specifically. Fables can, he's going to get the swords now. He's going to get the Manicore out. But, I mean, again, another double draw, triple draw, quad if you include the Apprentice giving him the spell here. It feels like Kruux is just going to have the advantage game for pretty much the rest of this game. And I don't really see a way for him to recover. The Rite of Awakening on the Headwood here, pushing the Swordsman back to allow for additional castle burn here. Very strong, and of course, cycling away cards with each use of the right here. Dual Imp plus the Miner. Okay, sure. Lumberjack as well. Getting things out of the hand so that way we can keep getting those additional resources back into hand is very strong. Cultist comes out. Beastmaster. Okay, sure. Why not? Getting out the Bear and the Bear Hog. Trying to create a lot of targets for potentially more Headwood shenanigans here. We'll see if that's going to be the case. Moving in, though, final turns here, I think. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know if these are the final turns here. It just feels like it because, again, the game is so over. Another Headwood, and then, yeah, big Saurus, man. This is going to be brutal here. Beastmask is taken out here, damaging with the more burns. Imps landing on the cultist, allowing additional damage on the castle. And, yeah, that just feels like game over. And, yeah, there's the surrender here. So, Kruux taking game number 1 in a pretty dominant fashion with the Awakening deck. Very nicely done. It just kind of went to show that once an Awakening engine really starts to get it going, very hard to stop it. And, you know, I don't think that Fable was packing the right resources to actually deal with this kind of stuff. Once again, it got fully operational and fully online. So yeah, congrats again to Kruux for winning game number 1 here, but that is only one match of 3. We do have 2 more to get into. Let's go ahead, hop into match number 2 and see what that match has for us. All right, folks, and game number 2 going to be Zerlord taking on ManaMighty. A bit of an interesting deck choice here on both sides. A yellow-blue taking on a red-white here. Very curious to see what these guys are bringing in. Maybe, okay, some companion stuff from Mana here just based on the hand. Got the Elvish Hunter in there, so we could see something like that. Lumberjack from Zerlord, okay. Nothing we can really tell yet here. We're going to start off with a Salahar Rider meeting a Lumberjack here, so we'll see Zer probably take, the draw for the damage. Usually that's what people do when they presented like that, so makes sense here. Getting a Miner out, though, okay, as well. Second time that Miner has made an appearance today. Very cool. That is going to meet a Blue Firebolt from our friend over on the other side here, on Mana's side anyway. Okay, that's going to yield a turn 3 pass from Zer. Nothing crazy. This is going to allow the Hunter to come out now and potentially do some stuff. Going with the Spiny feels a little rushed here. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's 2 damage, sure, but in a Crusader deck that could kind of repair that damage very easily, it does feel kind of wasteful just to play the Spiny and only have it chip for 2. It would have made more sense if you were maybe like, down the line here. I'm looking at like Drain Life and Demon Rage. Popping the Spiny, Drain Lifing Castle, making Spiny bigger, Demon Raging it. Feels like a much more impactful play, but again, that's several turns on the line. I mean, by the way this deck is going, this might be more or less a, hey, I'm just going to hit in as fast as possible here and hope that you don't have any sort of responses. But again, hinging on Zerlord not running things like Church or Hand of the Saint here. So we'll keep going, see what is in store. And as I mentioned it, yep, there's healing. Monk going to come down on the board here, clean up the Spiny at no problem to Zer. Playing the Centaur to remove the Monk feels kind of bad. I mean, I don't like that. I would always just, like to save those companions again for the much more, impactful plays. Because you never know what's in this deck. There might be a back row target you have to get rid of here. So just popping it on the Monk feels, again, pretty wasteful. Especially since you could have thrown up, like, the Vicious Sunflower. That could, make a trade very easily with the Monk here. And you could still save that companion for that big surprise later down the line here. So we'll go Pat's back to Zerlord. And what I say, Lordmaster Tari is going to hit the board here. That's, again, a back row target that I felt like could have been removed if we saw the Centaur here. But we now no longer have that in hand. So that is certainly a problem. We are going to even coin into something else here, the Battle Cry. Okay, I don't really see the Battle Cry too often, but it makes an appearance here. It's kind of interesting. Going into the Banshee now. All right. Banshee gonna do some things. Actually, Banshee might prove this is a last will deck. I'm seeing Sunflower, seeing Banshee, seeing Freezing Pillar. Okay, that's never good here, but okay, Pillar. We do have the Banshee to remove it, which is good. I do like that. That is good. Not in that position though. Yeah. I mean, this sets up chain right here. You can see that this is just chain positioning right here. I would like that the Banshee went next to the Elvish Hunter up here to remove the Freezing Pillar, so that way we could force Zerlord to make a decision on what he could potentially chain to, rather than being able to just chain everything and call it a day. We do run into Tarius, though, which Drain Life is also going to hit Tarius. Not sure how I'm feeling about that either. I guess we maybe want to protect the Elvish Hunter with a Drain Life, but unfortunately it lands on the Sunflower. Zerlord not going for it, though. Going for a Cloak of Ice, so even more freeze in the arsenal here. That's going to freeze off, again, a lot of these units, keeping them in place for chain here. So Zerlord potentially trying to set up a bigger chain potential, which is quite nasty, but we are going to have to Centaur Demon Rage the Explorer away, which, again, feels pretty bad. We're not really making effective trades here with, the cards we have in hand on Mana's side. Another Cloak of Ice hitting the board as well here. It just feels like there's so much freeze in here, and now, especially with having no resources and being on the single draw, we're definitely hurting here, and it feels like the game is slipping away from us. Eye of Flame, okay, that's kind of cool. Setting it up on the spawn to protect, I guess, sure, but not sure if I feel about that position, though, specifically. I guess we want to threaten the Dino Rider here, which makes sense. But we are going to meet another freezing pillar here. So much freeze for Zerlord coming down. And Mana not really having a lot of responses to clean up the freeze. It feels like, again, not the matchup for Mana. And with the eye now being frozen as well, the one answer to the Dino Rider, it definitely feels like this game has really slipped away from us. Fear into Seeds of Regrowth. I guess that's okay. I don't like it, but I mean, we have nothing else to play here. We even go for the pillage just because we have it. Yeah, I'm just waiting for a chain now at this point to really end the game here. Kraxus, okay, hitting the board. Lumberjack as well. Probably looking for some more draw here, but Mana really not having a good opportunity to play any cards in this position. Zalhar Rider is good, but again, it can't really target anything with the way everything is so frozen together and in place here. Definitely a bit of a feels bad here. We'll see how Zerlord can continue to take advantage of this here. We're going to see the RedMaster pop into the Banshee, giving Mana the thrill of victory, which is neat, but not what he needs. Summoning the tree from the Sea Trap. Kruux is going to trade into it for more cards. Everything else moving in here. Book's even making the trade here, which is interesting, but I guess there's so much control going on. Why not? Paladin, Shaman, Monk coming down. Establishing more bodies to just push. Priest as well. Oh boy, giving everything that +1. Yeah, I think this is pretty much over. I don't really see anything else here for our friend. General coming down. General gonna do the thrill here. Okay, cool. Hoping to maybe pop the Sunflower. But we are gonna head into the books here. We do get the Lumberjack Fear though. It is going to fear back the Explorer, although again, it's not really doing too much. The Eye of Flame for draw, and there is the surrender. So. Fantastic match for Zerlord here. A lot of freeze elements, I think, helped him really carry him throughout this matchup here. And unfortunately, Mana not having the responses for that has to suffer the defeat here. But yeah, a lot of that game was based around the freeze here. Would it have been different, I think, if my Mana played more around the freeze? Maybe, like, not setting up for that first pillar would have been very useful. But I mean, I don't think he would have been able to outmaneuver that regardless, considering the way the pillar was placed. Regardless, it's a great match by Zerlord. Again, the freeze coming in, showing it what we need to do, and yeah, a good match for him. So with that being said, congrats to Zerlord again for winning the matchup here. We do have one more match to get to though, match number 3. Let's see what that one's got for us. Jump to that one right now. All right, folks, and game number 3 set to be a good one here as Zechknight takes on Wazz. Again, more colors that we don't see often. The Druid Viking, although I guess that maybe is making more of a splash nowadays. And the the Pirate Ninja. Good observation on colors, Red. Always a smart one. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it, though. See what both these guys got for us today here. Should be a good one, as I think Wazz, okay, running some Fenrir stuff. So potentially some good stuff just out of the blue and white. We'll see Zek start out with a Salahar Soldier, meanwhile, on the other side here. That is going to probably yield a Ramrus response. Yep, there's the Ramrus coming down now. It's going to power up the Lumberjack just enough to make that good early trade for some draw. Very nice use of the Ramrus there, showing why it can be certainly a devastating draw for your opponent. Or against your opponent, I guess it means. Anyway, though, the coin into Maddie yielding the Lich. Okay, not the best roll, but okay, still interesting. It's going to yield a Mana Core from Wazz for the top draw. I mean, thankfully, nothing else is going to be playable in hand. Going to yield a second Maddie now. That's going to result in a Dark Bender. Keeping that back, okay, good to prevent it from maybe getting killed off via something like Rampage or something like that here. But we are going to proc the Lightning Blade a little early here on Wazz's side. Quite interesting that we decided to take this approach. I would think Lightning Blade is something that we could save for maybe like a big Bestial Rage impact. But, I mean, okay, sure. We'll do it here. We'll weaken the Darkbender, taking out both Maddies, preventing them from being potentially bounced away, if maybe that's Zek's strategy here. Again, only seen really 2 Maddies out of zechknight plus the Salahar Soldier, so we really can't tell a whole lot yet from the information. We'll see, though, if Zek got anything planned for this, as he now faces down the 4-5. He can eliminate it with the Darkbender plus... Okay, Serpent Witch is going to be the card here. Actually, we forgot about the Mana Core. At least I did. But hey, that is going to be fine here. Serpent Witch Stun allows the Ramorous to just take all the damage without getting retaliation in. So that's going to be really, really nice for Zek here. Forcing Wazz to just do the call and pass. And looking a little top heavy here. The dual Rangers. Well, now dual Rangers. But the Pack, the Sword, the Fenrir, the Ranger. The original Ranger. Just so much going on here. Ranger, though, hitting the board here. That's going to take out the Serpent Witch. Smartly not giving it Bestial Rage because the stun from said Serpent Witch here. Onslaught onto that Ranger here. That's going to mean Kruux can run away with this one. Alright, and there he goes. Kruux going to run away here. Kruux does run away here. Although, turn 7 here, will we see the Fenrir? We will not. We will just see the Northlands Ranger. Thrown to the back. Okay. Protecting itself from potentially Kruux, which we know Kruux can't reach it this turn, so that's very good. Thief, though, going to run in. Dagger Storm going to hit the board here, and Dojo as well as the follow-up here. So Zek playing potentially some Pirate Ninja Awakening. I know some people have been pretty high on this deck for a little bit here, and it's going to make an appearance here on TV commentary. Those fine folks, let me know their excitement in the comments below here. I know I'm expecting one person to comment. But yeah, okay, we'll see how this deck does here. Darkbender connecting with the Ranger. The bleed effect will remove it here. Lumberjack into the Rider. Rider dealing with the Dojo just a little bit there, but not killing it there. Another Dojo to the follow-up plus Masuda. Oh boy, here comes the Awakening draw like we saw in game number 1. Wazz, meanwhile, responding with yet another Ranger here. That's his 3rd one this game. Plus the Elvish Hunter. Okay, just getting out on the board here. Potentially getting some discounted companions for later. At least maybe that's the hope. Dagger Storm, though, hitting the board here. Oh, all of it connecting on the Hunter. That feels bad. And then the Rat Hovel, Con Artist follow-up. Yeah, more Awakening for more draw. It's a lot of stuff here. We'll see Wazz go into the Bestial Rage, although kind of foregoing the Beasts in hand before doing that. Not sure if that was intentional or potentially a misplay here. We do see the Fenrir plus Wolf. Okay, so, yeah... We did play Beasts anyway here. It kind of feels bad that we didn't go into the Bestial Rage buff before playing the Beasts. But again, might have been an oversight here. I mean, Wazz is in a position where he's just so overwhelmed that potentially he just forgot because that he had that buff in hand. It happens from time to time. It really does. So I can't fault him for that. But not looking good for him either way here. We'll see if he has the opportunity to recover in this matchup, as we are going to, of course, see the turn pass back to Zek here. Lots of draw from that dual Dojo Awakening action here. Into the Mordok lunging. Very devastating. They're going to take out the Wolf here. Banshee going to go ahead and in combination with Masuda, I believe, take out the Fenrir. Yep, there it goes. And then Shadow Dance to the Lich. Okay, interesting. We'll see the Con Artist go ahead and do his thing, connecting to the Ranger. Dance on the Masuda. Masuda going to come back out to deal with the Ranger here, finally removing it from the board here. Smart, we don't want to leave that rampaging Ranger in the back there. And yeah, this feels like it's just going to be game over at this point. The Pack of Wolves going to hit the board here. Yeah, that's going to take out the dual wolf. Oh. Yeah, we needed those additional wolves to help deal with the potential backlash of the undead units here from Mordok. But, I mean, we'll see Horseman land in for 3. Lich gonna freeze off the Wolf. Okay, sure. Landing in another 3 here. Another Horseman coming down. Another 3 to face. Yikes. Oh, Shadow Slip. Zek, why? There it is. Well, I mean, Horsemans are all being bounced back. 3 Horsemans in hand plus the Lich. Wazz is doing the smart thing that he can here and just creating a lot of potential bodies for Horsemen to land on. Zek's got 3 possibilities, though, landing on face here. He plays the first one. Will it land? It does, and there, of course, that will be our game here. Zach walking away with the victory. Very nicely done. In a deck that I don't really see too often. I know some people have told me that, hey, Pirate Ninja Awakening is a thing, Red. It's a thing. Like, I haven't seen it. And, I mean, this is, okay, the first time we're seeing here. It kind of felt like a mix, though, of things. Not so much of a pure awakening here. The Shadow Slip, the Shadow Dance here kind of foretells me that there's probably more bounce in this deck that's involved here. Probably to recur the awakening units for more draw. At least that's the idea I have for what those are doing in the deck here. And when you pair them off, things like Horseman, Lich, which you got from Maddie, but still, I mean, those elements do kind of work together to produce a solid deck here. So, got to hand it to Zek again. Very nicely played here. And yeah, good on him for closing out our day here. But with that being said, this is our last matchup here. So let's go ahead and move out to close this video. All right, folks, with that being said, is going to end off this episode of TV Commentary. If you guys did enjoy this episode, be sure to let me know by leaving your thoughts down in the comment section below on what you thought of the matches. And while you're down there, if you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe if you're new or haven't done this already. It's the best way you can support the channel here. Help us grow. We are steadily approaching that 1K mark, just a little under 100 subs left to reach that point. So if we could reach that, that would be fantastic and incredible. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for now. So until next time, guys, stay gaming.